Jai Sri Krishna, welcome everybody to Bharat Marg. Friends, welcome to Bharat Marg. We have Ajit Das Ji hai hamara saath, who is founder of ISKCON Center over there and also chairman of Sripad, the Educational Foundation and Cultural Research Center. Very, very from the ground of Manipur, you are going to hear a lot more from here. See here. Ajit Das Ji will give a very interesting story. He just miraculously escaped when ISKCON temple in Manipur was attacked by the terrorists, and what happened and what is the story behind it, how long this is going, and what is the planning behind it. That's what we would like to ask them. We have with us Professor Ji, Professor हमारा साथ हैं जो Bhagat Oinam ji hai, and we have advocate Sibananda ji, and they are also there from Manipur. We want to know one thing from you all is Manipur Exposed. क्या हो रहा है उधर, ये हम इनसे पूछेंगे. क्या उधर हिंदू जेनोसाइड का, हिंदू एक्सोडस का जैसा कश्मीर में हुआ, ऐसा प्लान्ड तरीके से नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हो रहा है क्या? Because the last information we got is there is a huge attack happening on the Metis Hindus in Mizoram, and they are doing exodus from there too. Is that true? Because many of the time we do get the fake news. We want to know from them what is right and what is wrong, because we don't want to spread the fake news. Okay, but before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can. And friends, you know what? If you didn't already, please subscribe to the channel Bharat Marg and also press the notification bell to stay connected with us, so that whenever we come live, you can join us and you can get to know with the title, so that you can become the part of the conversation, ask any questions you have, and we will love to have you. Okay, first we will go to Prabhu Ajit Das Ji, who has been an active Hindu activist and also the core member of ISKCON, and he has been with the ISKCON Foundation and ISKCON president also once. And we will love to have you, and thank you for joining in the difficult time along with us. Appreciate it. Ajit Das Ji, please say me, what is happening? What is happening in Manipur? Okay, because we hear a lot of different information. They say there is a planned exodus and Hindu genocide is happening in Manipur. Is that right? Please shed some light.
You heard very truly. Hindu genocide is going on from many years, but more started from say 3rd May of this year till today. Non-stop attack is going on in Manipur, in different part of Manipur actually. Yes, but you just mentioned about the Kashmir genocide, Kashmir Pandit genocide. But there is some slight difference in between Kashmir Pandit and the people in Manipur. Kashmir Pandit, they all run away within 2 days, 2 nights. But in Manipuri, we are not going to run away, just like Kashmir Pandit, because Manipur, we have more than 3,000 year, recorded history. And this Manipur kingdom was like maintained by our forefathers very peacefully and very actively, and we were not afraid of any kind of threat from different enemies, around us.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
We Manipuri, we Meitei are not going to run away like Kashmir Pandit.
Absolutely. We Kashmiri Hindus had a different situation. They had attacked directly by the Pakistani government, and the government sitting at the center was propagating that. So many things were happening. So we are not comparing both.
That part is similar type of attack is happening here. Undeclared wars, the attack, happened to us, in the middle of the night to different part of Manipur. And that was kind of similar. Attack to Kashmir Pandit and attack to Meitei Hindus, similar type of attack happened.
Absolutely. I will
the
ask you
difference
some
is
question.
we are not going to run away.
I will ask you some question. I want answer from all three of you. If you can just answer me in 1 minute each, or 30 seconds to 1 minute each, that will be great. I was talking to you yesterday, Ajit Ji, and you were saying something very significant. You said we are our ancestors were Arjun and Krishna. We are not going to run away. You said, okay. Say me about what is your answer. What do you mean by that?
Well, we are
आप क्या
like
क्या बोलते थे? हम अर्जुन का वंशावली में आते हैं, हम भागेंगे नहीं, क्या क्या बात है इसका? प्लीज से मी
हम
व्हाट
लोग
डू यू मीन?
हम लोग क्षत्रिय है, क्षत्रिय warrior, but we are not warmonger. We are fighting just to protect our culture, tradition, and the land. And as I heard from my forefathers, we are descendants of the Arjuna of Mahabharata. Then I believe. Many people don't believe, but then I believe. This is my belief.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they do. Many people don't believe many things. They don't even believe there was a World Trade Center attack, so it doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't
So
matter.
yeah, and
They
many
may
people
not
don't.
remember. See, don't forget about the 500 years ago. They don't remember. Or we human beings don't remember 1 month ago what we had. On
Absolutely.
our dinner.
Absolutely.
So,
Vakil Sab, what do you say about your ancestral history? 30 seconds to 1 minute. Say me about who are Manipuris. Because Ajit Das Ji says we are descendants of Arjun and Krishna. We are warriors. We are not going to run away. Please explain me that one if you can, please.
our Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Bhagavatam Prabhupada that we are descendants of Arjuna. So,
Wow.
Arjuna's son's name is Prabhupada, and we are descendants of Prabhupada. So we have to believe as per Srila Prabhupada's statement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me go to Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab, do you want to add value to it?
See, it is different.
Just come a little bit closer so the volume can be a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah.
See, there are different narratives. One narrative is what Ajit Das Ji has just said, linking it with Mahabharata episode. But there are also others who believe that they have come from different parts of the world. So I cannot, as a scholar, subscribe to one specific narrative. There are multiple stories, because if you know the history of Manipur, there were different communities who have come across from different parts of the world. And also there are others who claim that they originally belong to this place. So there are different creation myths, stories. There are different beliefs of historical trajectory. So we have to go by what one has as a faith.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Let me go to Vakil
subscribe
Saab.
one.
Yeah, let me go to Vakil Saab. You want to say anything about your ancestry?
Basically,
you are.
what I feel from my own perspective is that
And
every
also Vakil Sab, and also put this in perspective. We see some beautiful pictures from Manipur. Girls and ladies dancing with the traditional dress. They look so beautiful. Who are Manipuris?
basically I also I'm also being regarded as a community belonging to Meitei community, and I have been tagged with the name of Meitei Babon, which means Manipuri Brahmin. So basically, I have the whole idea of assimilating myself to the Meitei community, where the concept of Hinduism has been accepted. But as far as my personal perspective in terms of the narrative of history is concerned, I would not go by the facts of what anybody in terms of historical facts is concerned. But then I would personally believe that man as a whole, as a body, as a human, is comprised of three guna. I feel that being a Brahmin belonging to the Meitei community, I will always talk about the guna. So I would rather say that, because this is also being translated or being also taught about, in the psychological world, in terms of the Sigmund Freud theory, where every human being consists of three personalities, which is the ego and superego. Therefore, in terms of my own perspective of understanding how a human should be functioning, or how a human should be contributing to society in terms of the dominant ego that he has. For example, my learning,
just hold on. We will come to the current situation, okay?
Yes.
On it, and then we will come back, okay? Ajit Das Ji, you call yourself, I believe that I am a staunch follower of Krishna myself, and I love Krishna, and you say yourself and as a staunch follower of Krishna, but your people, the media says, go and do that what we saw in the shameless thing in the video. What do you got to say about it?
It's very, very, very unfortunate. Actually, in our tradition, we respect Mataji, mothers, very
But
highly.
I'm asking this question with a heavy heart, but I'm asking you this with one intention. You call at your end that you are being genocide and you are going through this and that, but which is true? But media is saying you are the villain. You are saying we are the victim. Which is true?
We are not villains, sir. We are a victim. We were genocide.
But the video projects you in a different way.
Media can say whatever they want. For example, the incident happened on the 4th May of the 2000.
Just take 30 seconds, okay? Just take 30 seconds so that we can cover everybody and we can ask more questions.
Yeah, I'm not expert enough to explain very nicely, but this is from my heart. The incident happened on the 3rd May and began on the 3rd May, and that unwanted incident happened on the 4th. Because the 3rd May, so many problems started from say 11:30 in the morning, and they started killing, started burning, and people run away. And we got information about the killing and the raping of our brothers and the Manipur Meitei brothers sisters in Churasanpur area, and they started burning so many houses. And the next day, that incident happened. On the first day, so there were so many rape and killing and the burning. The people don't remember about that. And that happened on the 4th, and that comes out right 3 days before the parliament session in Delhi, which means like that a few days ago. Mm-hmm. So there is some kind of suggest going on.
Okay, Dr. Saab, if you can just cover that in 30 seconds. The video projects you as a villain, and media says you are the villain, but you say that we are being exodus. Same question for you: are you a villain or a victim? What is the truth? Means I am not talking about you. Please don't mistake me. I ask for forgiveness. That's not my intention.
I understand what you are asking.
Yeah.
You cannot see everything in black and white.
Uh-huh.
When the conflict is happening,
mm-hmm.
you cannot reduce everything into the black and white picture.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on 4th of what we saw is very unfortunate, May.
Mm-hmm.
This should have never happened. And this is perhaps the first time in the history of Manipur that a mob consisting of man, mishandling and parading women in naked, I have never come across in the history of Manipur. So this is most heinous crime. It is condemnable. I will not defend.
Okay.
But what you also must see is that there were lots of story going around. Some true, maybe some were hyped up, that many Meitei women were raped and killed in Churachandpur and Kampopi and More, particularly in the More area and in Churachandpur. And this act, which is very unfortunate act, I completely condemned it. But it was a retaliation to something that is perceived to have been done by the Kukkis to the Meiteis. So, but from my side, even if the other has done something wrong, uh, my doing the same thing does not justify. So I condemn it, but you also must see it under a perspective.
Absolutely.
It was a response to something that
Absolutely.
was seen. I hope you got my point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Vakil Sab, you want to add anything to it?
Yes, of course, I would like to supplement more into what my brother Bhagat has said. In fact, in a situation where you've been compelled in terms of the situational crisis,
And
where,
I just want to ask you this question, okay? Please, I just want to ask you this question. Okay, you are nobody. Okay, you have to understand that. Okay, please forgive my words. Okay, I'm not an English speaking guy. Okay, my vocabulary is less, so
not a
don't worry
problem.
about it. Okay, so you are nobody because when Hindus get attacked in Bengal, that doesn't become an issue. When
Right.
Hindu women get stripped and get attacked in Bengal, it doesn't become an issue. When Hindu women get stripped and attacked in Bihar, that doesn't become an issue. But what happened in Manipur becomes an issue. What do you
Yes.
see that? Explain this
Right.
to me.
In a
But you
short
have
line,
30
yes,
seconds to 1 minute. Yeah.
yes. In a short line, I would say that if because it's all about the minority majority game, so the majority always have to get the brunt of the of what the minority alleges. We are the majority in this place, therefore every brunt of any allegation should be borne by us, but we are just taking it in terms of our moralistic principle that whoever has done that particular act is condemnable and is highly condemned, and FIR has been lodged. People have been arrested who are involved on those in that particular act of stripping the woman and parading naked. So the legality point of view is also being somehow complied with, and also that we also as a human, in terms of seeing that particular scenario, we also condemn it. But at the same time, why should be the questioning always happen in terms of doing something by the majority against the minority? What about the minority doing something against the majority? We have facts which we have not disclosed so far, because I have seen from my own with my own eyes, which we have not disclosed, because that might create a whole lot of a ruckus, and then the chaos will happen. Therefore, we are remaining silent. A silent spectator doesn't mean that, since we are silent, doesn't mean that we don't have any say in the issue. So therefore, the victim card has been played and majority have been targeted, so that the sympathy has been gathered from all around the world, because it's always about the victim card they are playing. But let us go to the facts. Let us go to the facts. How is this whole issue erupted? How is this whole issue erupted? Because from the last end of April, there have been many incidents in Churachandpur where they have, even though curfew was being imposed, they nullified the curfew and started breaking the law. And on the third of that particular incident, when the whole violence erupted, they claimed themselves to have a very peaceful rally, democratically. But within the rally itself, there were armed people walking with the civilian, and they started attacking the Meitei Hindus, which are actually in the periphery of the foothills of the valley. So therefore, I say that the minority
Come
should
on,
not
come on. I am
always
going to
come with the
contradict
sympathetic
you.
view.
I am going to contradict you, lawyer Saab. Okay.
Yes,
The media says you are the villain who burns down the churches.
yes.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah,
Okay.
20 seconds. Then I'll go to Ajit Da. Yeah.
Let me just have my own word in this regard, where whatever the media says cannot be accepted as truth, because the villain projection, because if a book is written by an author, he would always come up with his own purview of having a very supportive perspective of his own. So if the media says that we are villain, how can they say that we are not good people? There should not be one-sided reporting. There should be two-sided reporting. Therefore, whatever the media says should also be verified by the common public. So
Yes.
my only consideration is that reporting should be done with an impartial manner. One
Okay.
just, yes.
Absolutely. Yes, Ajit. Just 10-15 seconds. I'll go to the next question. Yeah.
No, sir. 20 seconds is not good enough to explain this important
Okay.
information.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I met two persons today.
Uh-huh.
They were all Christian. One is the Christian pastor, Maitai Christian pastor, and another one is the Christian follower from Churachandpur.
Mm-hmm.
Maitai Christian, and there was around 9 major churches in Maitai church in Churachandpur area, and the numbers of Christian follower Maitai friends in Churachandpur area. They told me that this morning that their churches was burned down, and all the Maitai Christians' house also burned down. That is not by the Maitai from Imphal area, from the valley area. That churches and the house of the Christian followers were burned down by only Kukki people in Churachandpur district. Because we cannot go there in that area, Churachandpur district area. They are burning, Kukki people are burning Maitai Christian church, Maitai Christian houses, and they are playing victim card. Very shameful. I heard some Christian.
Let me ask you this one. Okay, I'll go to maybe I'll start with you, or I'll go to Bharatji first. Yeah, Dr. Saab, American top ambassador says, I will negotiate a peace deal with Manipur because Modi ji, you are incapable of taking care of your own people. So let me come and do the peace for you. What do you say about it?
See, this is interfering into the sovereignty of a nation.
Yeah, but if your husband and wife are keep on fighting, I am in your next door. Is that not my common, kind of patching up? Guys, be quiet. Does that make me a bad person?
Prabhuji, this is not the first time that America has done it. They have always interfered in the affairs of every nation. Even they are doing now in Ukraine. They had been doing in Iran. They have done in Afghanistan. So what is so great about what they say? Why do you take the Americans so seriously? I mean, that is their habit of interfering in the affairs of every nation. But one more point I want to add is that who is influencing such statement that is coming from US, the political statements? I have a strong belief that a statement that comes from the US political, what do you call, propaganda or whatever you call it, are being influenced by the American Baptist Church. And here also in the Northeast India, the Presbyterian and Baptists are very strongly working. And this playing of the victim's card and trying to internationalize as if that Hindus are destroying the Christians. But if you look at, and this group of people in the Northeast and also in India are perhaps influencing the US foreign affairs, policies. And that is what I see, that statement coming from US political affairs is nothing but an influence by a handful of the church leadership, which I have seen with my own eyes how they function.
So you don't approve of it?
Who will be approving of it? Why do you ask such silly questions to me? Who will approve of this kind of thing?
But see, you have to understand, the Prime Minister never spoke. Let me go to the Advocates Hub, then I'll come back to you on that. Okay, Advocates Hub, 30 seconds, if you can answer it. See, the Prime Minister never spoke a single word.
Right.
When the Hindus were attacked. If that is true what you are saying, Prime Minister never spoke, the Chief Minister never spoke, the Home Minister never spoke, and now everybody is speaking after the viral video. Does that prove that what you are saying is wrong?
Basically, remaining silent doesn't mean that nobody is doing anything. The whole concept of thinking that silence would always be would have the connotation of doing anything or doing nothing at all. But this is our internal issue. Whatever the Prime Minister, he may not have spoken, maybe the Home Minister may not have spoken, maybe the Chief Minister may not have spoken. But the only issue is that we are trying to solve the issue in terms of our internal policy. Therefore, I don't think that probably people might think about not speaking a word over the issue may have some of a negative kind of agenda, but then I don't feel it, because as far as the concern goes, we have been trying to, because in Hinduism, what I believe is that we are ever tolerating people. We try to tolerate things to the far maximum level and then try to accommodate people. Hinduism is all about assimilating and accommodating people. Doesn't mean that we don't speak or we make people to have their own shelter with us. Doesn't mean that we don't observe these people. So the Prime Minister not speaking would not have any kind of
you still have respect for the Prime Minister, even though he didn't stand with you, even though he didn't speak for you. At least we believe that he didn't stand with you, and we may be wrong. In many cases, we are.
No,
okay, and also
the timing. Yes, I can surely understand your point of view. But what I'm trying to exhibit or narrate is that the whole episode of that particular video being exposed and making it viral, that also when the parliament session was about to begin, what was the agenda of that particular people who were actually very desirous of exposing that? Why didn't they do it before? Now that they have done it before the parliament session is to start, must be a political link up. We never know. But then I am not saying that whatever has happened should happen, but the only thing is that the timing of the viral video which has come out should also be calculated. Why was this video not been exposed in the earlier episode of time?
I'm almost approaching to the end, but I'm going to ask you this question quickly. If you can answer this, Ajit, see, Manipur was not silent. It was not quiet. Something or the other was happening, but it became too much into the news as soon as Rahul Gandhi came there. How do you see this? Is there any connection between the Vatican and Rahul Gandhi and the incident that is now happening? What do you think?
Or Professor Ji can give a proper answer about it.
Okay.
I'm an expert enough to,
Okay. Yes, Dr. Sab.
You will give proper answer.
See, I mean, this is all about politics. Why to blame Rahul Gandhi or why to praise Rahul Gandhi? Because election is coming nearby.
No.
And
see, the election coming nearby doesn't give me a right to abuse and to show people in the bad light, okay, and to exaggerate the violence and create violence. It doesn't give license to anybody.
No,
just for the sake.
You asked a question about Rahul Gandhi, right?
Yes.
So I answered in that light.
Yeah, right. Please go ahead.
Rahul, please let me complete.
Yes, sir.
Rahul Gandhi's coming to Manipur has nothing to do with this disrobing. He came to have sympathy and share the pains of the people of Manipur as a part of his political projects. So let it be. Now, the question that you asked about Modi ji being silent, I think silence has its own meaning. I don't blame Modi ji for being silent. Even in the parliament, he was silent. He did not talk about Manipur. He talked about two tribal women being disrobed. What is happening in Manipur is far, far more complex. And perhaps he wanted us to sort the problems out by ourselves. So Prime Minister is still being silent, not approving or not disapproving. So he is perhaps keeping it on us to fight it out for ourselves. And there is nothing wrong about that. Maitis have to fight our own battle.
Do you think you can? Do you think the community has what it takes to fight it out? Or like Ajit Das said before, not run from...
If 45,000 national security forces, including army, what to talk of paramilitary forces are stationed in Manipur. When these 40,000 odd security forces came, Meiteis in the valley were very happy. They thought that by coming of these security forces, things will be normalized. Violence will stop. This was sometimes in May. But unfortunately, after 70 days, in spite of nearly 45,000 Indian forces, security forces, I repeat, security forces including Indian army, violence have not stopped. Still there are firing taking place. So you asked it to ourselves, to every Indian must ask this question, what is going on? So perhaps the battle has to be fought by the Meiteis themselves. Otherwise, we will perish. So, in order not to get perished, we have to fight. What else can we do?
Okay.
Seems
And
like,
yes,
seems
yes,
like
yes.
our central government leaders wanted to see how Meiteis are strong. You know, our
How
forefather.
strong are we?
How strong are we?
Let me add one
Are
thing.
you strong? Are you strong?
Prabhuji, Prabhuji,
Yes.
let me add you one thing. In 1891, when the Manipuris fought a lost battle against the British, we knew we will lose. We fought, we died, but we were not perished. And we fought in the name of Govindaji, because the Meiteis believe that the Manipur is governed by Lord Govinda.
Govindaji.
And we, the king, was only a custodian or a follower of or disciple of Govindaji who will sustain the glory of Manipur. Perhaps the time has come to go back to that spirit. I don't
Absolutely.
know how politically appropriate my statement is.
Absolutely.
But when
Absolutely.
the secular Indian state has not succeeded to stop violence in 70 days, Indian army is second largest in the whole world. What is the message that the state is giving to poor people? We, the Meiteis, the Manipuris.
Absolutely.
It is
Let me go to Vakil Sab. Let me go to Vakil Sab. Vakil Sab, I have a question for you. I'm going to go for rapid round. You know, we are almost approaching the end. Okay. So it is being said that the BJP CM, sitting CM over there, he's still CM, I guess. You know, people are demanding his resignation any minute. So, his war against the drug mafia is the reason behind this violence. You have anything to say about it?
Yes, of course, that is also a fact. That is a fact which nobody can deny. Because we have seen, because I've grown up in this place, my schooling was done till the 12th standard in my own hometown in Manipur. I could have seen my friends being, abused with the whole drug abuse. Now, that has been the period about 20, 30 years back. Now, the whole trend has also changed by way of planting the poppies in the surrounding areas, in the border areas, Manipur. When that particular things happen, of course, it is our obligation, the policy of the government, to start doing something against the plantation. Now, why would the plantation, because the plantation, if it is stopped, the illegal immigrants, which we call the Kukkis, they have their financial backup from all the poppy plantation and the trafficking of all these drugs, the poppy issue menace. Therefore, it is highly required that to save the state, there should be a very stern action taken against. Only because that their whole economic sustenance to in fact support their agenda of asking a separate Kukki land from our own land is being supported by this business of poppy plantation, which we have to stop at any cost. And it is rightly done by the CM of the state. I would definitely stand by what the CM has done. Poppy has to stop. We cannot.
And is that a core reason for the whole violence, you think?
Yes, that is the main reason. But then what happens is they're very good in their own version of creating historical facts, the Kukkis. In terms of the fact that now they have the whole third on the 3rd of May, the whole agitation started on the issue of Meitei becoming the ST. But in fact, the core issue is that the economic advantage of resourcing their way of their intention of demanding land from Manipur has been stopped because the whole financial resources from the poppy plantation. Now they've become a different name that Meitei becoming ST would have an adverse impact on all the STs in Manipur, including the Nagas. So they tried to assimilate the Nagas, but of course, that didn't work out in a way. The whole violence was done because of the poppy plantation, and a different meaning of agitation was given because of Meitei demanding ST status. That is the core issue. They need to understand, they need to accept this fact. The Kukkis need to accept this fact, otherwise they are actually the rumor mongers. They're rumor mongers, they don't speak the truth, they manipulate the history, they try to construct history, therefore their identity is being recognized by us. We will not recognize the Kukkis unless they are very honest with us.
Okay, let me go to Ajit Da. Okay, Ajit Da, now the Kukkis are saying, okay, we are being abused, and Indian Army, like what you said, Indian Army is incapable of protecting us and our women from these terrorists of Metis. So we want a separate land, says the Kukkis. They want a separate land. What do you say about that?
That is their own strategy, and I would like to make a few more supplement on our Ukil Sahab, because the whole issue, it looks like because of this poppy cultivation and drugs issue. For me, it's not like that, because this particular mission started in the year 1980. As per my research finding, because they have started this issue for Geo-nation. Geo-nation. Geo-nation means taking land from the Bharat, Bangladesh, and the Myanmar. By taking land from these three different countries, they want to make their own country called as a Geo-nation. They have the separate flag. They have separate agenda. That like the army from the army sponsored by the churches, So this is all about the Geo-nation. It's like the poppy plantation and about this settled tribe, including statement. All these are
side issues. Side issues.
Side issue. The real issue for me, forgive me, sir. This is the real issue, as per my understanding and my the findings from our research is all about Geo-nation, and the Geo-nation mission is all sponsored by the church from different part of the world.
Prabhuji, I have a document with me. It is a very serious document. I will speak about this document.
Please.
And this document is written by the Minister of Home Affairs, Indian government, to the Secretary of Government of Manipur, where a Kukki illegal person who was the native of the Burmese country has transgressed into the domain of our state, which is in India. He was in fact the president. He was in fact the president of the Zomi Revolutionary Army. He was given shelter in Churatanpur. He was given shelter in Churatanpur. His name is Thang Lian Pao Kuite. His name is Thang Lian Pao Kuite. And he was also the member of parliament in the Myanmarese government. He ran away from Myanmar out of fear of arrest and came into Manipur. Thereafter, coming into Manipur, he has settled down in Churatanpur.
There is no fear of arrest in Manipur.
Yes, because Indian democracy is such a great country. India is such a great country that we keep assimilating and accommodating people. Because we are bound by the refugee law internationally, the law is there. So we have given them the shelter. But what happens is, after the shelter has been given, he has got the voter ID. His whole family has got the voter ID. He is now, the voter ID is there. And also the family members are being registered voters in India. Now he is being considered as a refugee by this particular document. Ask the Kukki people. Ask the Kukki people, can they nullify this document? Are they not illegal migrants into our own country, which have given shelter to them?
Absolutely.
And they have taken advantage of our hospitality? I challenge them.
Yeah, let me go to Dr. Saab on this, okay?
I challenge them. They cannot twist the facts. They cannot twist the historical facts. They have been taking shelter in the country and they are trying to जो क्या बोलता है कि मतलब जो घर में जो रहने वाला जो टेनेंट होता है वो घर का मालिक बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है ये लोग, and they feel that their claim is all right. There is one person who has been who is still languishing in the jail. His name is Mark Hawkins. The High Court of Manipur has not given bail to him. He is the one conspirator of creating Kukki land. Since I'm in the profession, I know these people have created study. What is the whole?
But you are in the profession, okay? Let me come to you. Let me. I'm going to ask you about your profession after talking to Dr. Saab. No problem. Just hold on a second.
Distorted facts.
Okay, just hold on a second. I'm going to ask you about your profession just right after Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab, what do you got to say? You know, I was talking to one of my friend in Manipur, and he was saying, I'm just coming from the war land. Says we don't know what is happening in Manipur. We are outside, sitting comfortably in our room. We don't know what do you think? Is he exaggerating by saying I'm just coming from war land? What is really happening? A guy like me who don't know what is exactly happening there, please explain what is Manipur today.
See,
and he was saying I just saved a lady and a child. What does it mean?
Yeah, I think there is some truth in what you heard, particularly in the areas adjoining the habitations between the Kukkis and the Meiteis. There are lots of tussles, lots of tensions. There are armed groups from both sides stationed, protecting, particularly from the Meitei side, they are trying to protect the land. From the Kukki side, lots of shootings are happening, so there is also retaliation from the Meitei side. But in between, it is very interesting that Border Security Force, CRPF, Assam Rifles, Manipur Police, and even what you call Indian Army, Kumaon Regiment is there. So all of them are also there side by side pockets. Sometimes they fire, sometimes they just watch. And that is a very strange phenomenon. I had been to different sites where the gun fights are happening. Thanks to Ajit Das Ji, he has taken me. And then I also freed myself from him, and I have also traveled with my other friends to different places, and it's very, very risky. I have gone in the middle of the night where, these fights are happening. Anytime the shootout can take place. So it is certainly risky. The other day, I will just tell you, 2 days back, a young boy and a girl, teenagers, they were going for a sightseeing, but stupid of them to have gone to those, what you said, war zone, and they never returned. It is believed that Kukki militants have captured them, and I think they might have been killed by now. So it is the father of the girl who was class 11 students, still is waiting for his daughter to come.
But no media is talking about it.
It is very unfortunate. Media, I'm sorry.
Do you have any proof for it? Do you have any proof that these children are? Because why nobody is talking? Not even our CM is talking.
Yeah, please be quiet. See, that there is already news in the local media, but the national media always want a masala kind of a news. So disrobing of women and parading in public, I'm sorry to say, Prabhuji, this is not very uncommon in the rest of the country. Many a times, very unfortunately, tribal women are disrobed. Many a time Dalit women's are also being done. We come even just one day back in West Bengal, we also heard about 2 women's being disrobed.
Right.
So when such, and these are very heinous crime, no Indian, sensible Indian will appreciate. We all
Right.
condemn. But in spite of our condemnation, such events keep happening. So when such event also came up from Manipur, even though it is for the first time, it's drew the
No,
attention
it
of the
is not
media.
for the first time. In an official record, your CM has gone to say, oh, you just got one of this. I get complaint every day of these things.
No, I'm telling you, first time in this event, in the Kukki Naga class, it has happened. Kukki Meitei class, it has happened. Several of such things has happened. But prior to this event, before May, we haven't come across such kind of an act. But what I was trying to tell you is this event drew the attention of the national media, but not about other events.
Oh, not
about
only
burning of the houses.
national media, not only national media. I will go with this to our attorney Saab after you are done in 10 seconds. Okay. Even CJI got the attention. So I will talk to him because lawyer, I don't know whether he will even like to talk about it. You know? Yeah. The CJI, all of a sudden he got pained by that video. Chandrachud.
You should also speak.
Oh, I had to say, Mr. Chandrachud.
Right. Very, very, very truthfully speaking, the Honorable Supreme Court has taken cognizance of it. Yes, of course, it is a duty because when such kind of
but it doesn't pain the CJI when it happens in Bengal against a Hindu woman. It doesn't pain the CJI.
Why would the pain be only when things are happening in Manipur? And to again supplement as to what my brother Bhagat has spoken about, that 2 teenagers who have gone for sightseeing into the Kukki dominated area. Because I'm from a place which is within that particular guy who has been found missing till today is from my constituency. So there is a missing report being filed by the parents of the chap, the kid, the young guy, and still there is also a lead where it has been said that the mobile has been used by his friend, the girl, is being picked up when called up by the parents of the girl at Lamdang, which is in Churachandpur. The police are leading it, and because of which there is also the fact established from the story of the parents of that particular girl child that the particular friend, that boyfriend, was killed on the spot itself, and they said that this girl lady will be kept for some days and will do something, and then she will also be let to die. That is the word given by the Kukki militants. And the missing report is still being filed. Police are tracing the mobile phone which the girl has got, has been traced down and has been picked up from Churachandpur. The Kukkis cannot play games with us.
Okay.
They should be very honest with themselves. Otherwise, they have to face the brunt. Sometimes
let me ask you a point blank question. Okay. Do you think, just yes or no, just 10 seconds, we let's wrap it up. Okay. Do you think your CM and the PM has what it takes, and the Home Minister has what it takes to bring peace to Manipur, or it is too much for them to chew?
Is the question directed to me?
Yeah. You just 10 seconds, then I will go to the Ajit.
If I am the CM of the Manipur,
you are not. Do you think your CM, PM, and the Home Minister has what it takes to bring peace to Manipur, or they don't have the ability to do so?
I'm not sure as of now. Because I'm in the conflict situation. So I'm not been able to trace out any political agenda. So I cannot answer that.
Okay. What do you think, Ajit?
So I'll try to become the truthful person to my people. And the number 1, I'll remove the suspension operation with the Kukki militants. Secondly, we'll do NRC, we'll impose in Manipur. and whoever come to destroy India from outside India will destroy them. This will be the first 3 steps for me if I am Prime Minister of India.
Okay, Bharatji, Bhagatji, Attorney, Dr. Saab, my question, do you think the CM, PM and the Home Minister has what it takes to bring peace in Manipur, to make the situation, or it is too much for them to chew?
See, I would put it like this. The state government of Manipur has its own limitations. The police forces are limited. So I think the chief minister is well-meaning, but he has his own limitation in terms of checking this. But I would put it to our Home Minister, central leadership, Amit Shah ji, that if he is really serious, it can be handled. There needs to be a kind of political will to solve the issue.
Do you think they have the political will, or you are just a Hindu, it doesn't matter?
They do not bother. That is what I'm saying. I mean, let me put it very bluntly, that the Meitei community in its long history is the last check post of the Hindu religious practitioners. And government of India, unfortunately the BJP government, doesn't seem to take cognizance of this. They seem to be listening to the foreign mercenaries, the infiltrators, narco-terrorists, and also what you call communities who believe their homes are in Jerusalem. They write, the Kukkis, they write to the Prime Minister of Israel, saying that we are being tortured by the Meitei Hindus. Now, this is the story. Where should the Indian state stand? It should come very clearly and must not procrastinate or be silent to all this violence.
Absolutely. Ajit, 30 seconds to each. We are finishing it off. 30 seconds to each one of you. Okay, I'll start with Ajit, then to Attorney, and then to Dr. Saab. Okay, is there a solution for peace in Manipur? What is the situation there? Talk to me about a common person, okay, and with their need in 30 seconds, please. We are already too much over time.
Solution is there, but I don't see any kind of solution, immediate solution in Manipur, sir. Because India government...
And also I want to know from Attorney, did the government...
see any solution now because our government of India's missionaries are not like sincere enough to make this problem solved. Because they are using, please listen very carefully, government of India is using foreign terrorists to destroy his own public. For example, these Chin Kukki militants are foreign terrorists, and that they are coming to destroy India, and the India government, like security forces, are supporting them, protecting them. So how can you expect for a solution in this situation? Tell me. You tell me, sir.
Okay.
Do you have any solution from your side?
No, I'm asking you. You are the one who is there.
No solution. As long as they are not...
But they call themselves a Hindu. It is a Hindu nationalist party over there. So it must be an advantage for you.
We were practicing Hindu Vaishnav culture before we became part of India. And we are like remnants of this Hindu like a centric society. And the government of India is trying to destroy this Hindu community in Manipur. Think about it, please.
Absolutely. Okay, Vakil Saab, 30 seconds to you. And I also want you to cover after that quickly, okay, if you have any appeal for this girl and the boy who have been kidnapped.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes, because as far as the report has been, in concern of the report, it has been filed. The investigation needs to be done. The investigation needs to be completed within a very specific time frame, because the lead has already taken place. So the government of India, who is actually the mediator at this moment, should also be concerned with the life of a teenager who is a girl who has been kept in
Well,
confinement for 5
you
days.
will mind saying me the name of the person, or it is not advisable?
I would prefer not to say it, because
Okay.
since being the victim, I would sympathize of naming the person.
Okay.
So with utmost respect and honor to the respectful soul of that girl, the government in India also need to ask the Kukki people how this girl was being kidnapped and confined, and where is he now? Her body has not yet been found. But the trace has been made in terms of the mobile phone she carried, and the tracing, as per the electronic forensic version of the story, the phone has been picked up from Churachandpur. There's a person speaking on the phone still. What is this happening? Whatever the cookie says is always right. We are not speaking out just for the sake of understanding the issue, the situation, and the issue. Not because if somebody blabbers and whole thing should be treated as truth. My government of India should also be very keen about how the atrocities are being committed against the Meiteis. All those refugees need to be sent out from the country.
Illegal immigrants.
They are illegal immigrants. We are very reasonable in exercising our opinion, saying that those cookies who have been staying with us for a immemorial time should stay with us. We are not saying the old cookies have to go out, but those people who have illegally migrated and those old cookies who have given shelter to the new cookies should also think of driving them out. That is the only issue. They
Wow.
cannot take advantage of our hospitality, and if that is done, that is the whole savagery of misunderstanding hospitality.
Anyway.
Please need to understand that. Dramatization do not serve in the society. They have to come out with facts. Concocted facts we don't agree with, and constructed reality we don't. Let them bring out with their historical facts. In the
Absolutely.
span of 20 years only, they cannot bring up a history. We have been in this place and we have our own historical fact from 33 AD, which the Britishers have also commended to and accepted too. So the government of India should be very, very mindful of our grievance rather than lending ears to those dramatized cookies. This is the message to the
Absolutely.
government of India.
Absolutely. Thank you. Your message is very, very loud and clear. We want to thank you all for coming and joining with us. And I just want to say you one last thing from my end, that, we, the Hindu community, is concerned for you. We stand with you. We will do whatever it takes, okay, to work with you shoulder to shoulder, because you are not alone. You are our brothers and our sisters, and we will do whatever it takes. Okay, that's what it is. Thank you very much. Yes. Last word, Ajit.
Before we end, I would like to suggest to speak out a little bit about the Meiteis community. Meitei Hindu was driven out from the Mizoram. Maybe our Professor Ji can explain a bit more about.
Yeah, Mizoram, they are saying people from Meitei community is coming and occupying the place now in Mizoram.
No. Meitei communities are driven out from the Mizoram.
Yes. So you want to say anything about it as a last word?
Yes,
Because
my last word would be that the Mizoram government should not intervene into your own internal affairs. They have their own state. We have our own state. It is our own internal issue. They should not keep prying into our own internal affairs. And I as a youth, strongly am against it. The Chief Minister of Mizoram should refrain himself from poking his nose into the affairs of someone's house. He should be concerned about having his own house intact and safe. Please, this is my message to the Mizoram CM, Joram Thanga.
Absolutely.
Please.
Ajit Das Ji, you want to say anything about it quickly?
No, sir. I would like to our professor.
Yeah, Bhagat Ji,
Yeah.
Dr. Sab.
Thank you very much for involving all of us to this discussion. Uh, just a last point to what you asked about a way forward. There are two ways that I can see. One is an immediate one, another is a long term. Immediate one, which is not really difficult if there is a political will, that is disarm all these armed groups, whether they are in the Kukki side or in the Meitei side. Unless you disarm them, any discussion or dialogue is not going to be fruitful. And if you do this in the long term, you have to sit across the table and discuss. Uh, unless you discuss this out, even if they want separation, why do they want that? The question is precisely that the answer has to come out from the Kukki side. It just cannot be that you want to be separate, so you are separate. If you want a separate administration, there must be reasons behind that. And Meiteis or the state government must be given a chance to answer. So only a dialogue is a way towards peace. And for that, a disarming is utmost necessary, but not very
Absolutely.
easy at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ajit Das Ji, I have one last thing for you. Okay, I'm done. I just want to know. You just miraculously escaped an attempt of a terrorist attack in ISKCON temple a while back. You want to say about it? What happened? When happened? Just in a minute and a half.
Well, that was in the year 2006, 16 August. I will never forget. And there was a bomb attack on the Janmashtami day during the Rashtra Leela was celebrating, observed. And my Guru Maharaj, his Divine Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj, and he is international from different part of the world. They were watching that Rashtra Leela dance. And during that Rashtra Leela, the Radharani was playing in the hard role, dancing very lovingly, very nicely. Then bomb attack was happened. But I was escaped, like somehow one rat saved my life, from that bomb blast. As the generator was, not working due to what do you call that? Rat was inside the engine. So that was very unfortunate. After that, I was doing research on who did all these things and why all these things happening to our innocent devotees in Manipur, Vaishnava society. Then I left ISKCON in the year 2010 and doing more research on it. And then I realized that we Meitei Hindus are not having a good future unless we come to some kind of situation this incident. It looks very negative from different angle, but from another angle, it is very positive because we Meitei were never unite, and this incident makes all the Meiteis unite and they stand for our motherland, our tradition, our Jagannath, our Govindaji, our Ibuduk Pakangba. No, this is very cookies given gift to our Meitei society. I feel something like that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Okay, for joining us and elaborating what happens in Manipur. I just want to say you that we are with you. Our prayers are with you for the safety and well-being of your family, and looking forward to seeing you shortly, very, very soon. Jai Sri Krishna. Jai Sri Krishna.